Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Okay, my name is Dr. Linda, and my company's name is Investornomy. I come bearing gifts. Ooh! Do you know what these are? They are gift cards, and throughout this session, I'll be asking questions. If you know the answer or you have something to share, you raise your hand, and if you get selected to answer, you give your opinion and you come up here and you get a gift card. All right. And if it's something that requires like a right answer, then the first person to get the right answer gets a gift card as well. All right. Today we'll be talking on pathway to financial freedom. Somehow, uninvested savings deplete over time. Whenever you put money away, right, and after some time, somehow maybe a vacation comes up, that entertainment, that new item, maybe luxury item that you really like. Before you know it, at the end of the day, you see that money going down over time. Worse, you may see yourself giving the money away, maybe as a loan to someone that maybe an acquaintance, or as a gift to a loved one. What happens is that when your money is finally gone, it's really difficult to find somebody to collect from. Who has experienced that? Yeah. Okay. So, what's the goal for today? At the end of this session, which is just in few minutes, I want you to have learned the best way to achieve financial freedom. We also get to define what financial freedom is. But I also want you to know the 7 common investment strategies and what we call the superior investment strategy. What does financial freedom mean to you? This is a personal question. Right. Let me start with the guy. Have picked ladies. Yes. You, you, cool. Right? Monthly vacation. So his answer is monthly vacation at the place of your choice. Please keep note of those responses. Please come for your gift card. Okay, let's choose. There's a lady at the back. Yes. Thank you very much. Never have to work again. Please come. I love that. So, yeah, that's financial freedom. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. So, no, I got some responses from social media as well because I posted this on my handle on social media and some people responded. One person talked about financial freedom meaning, I'm skipping some lines, financial freedom meaning having the power, the capacity, and the ability to spend your own money on whatever goods and services you desire. That was from Ray. Then Patience said, for me, it's being able to afford the things I want when I want them without fear of running out. So the thing is, the takeaway from the responses and the social media responses, that's the responses here and the social media responses, the takeaway from there is that financial freedom means different things to different persons, right? For one person is never having not to work again. For another person, monthly vacation, maybe working a monthly vacation. For somebody else, they just want to spend money. But what is similar to, like, what is common for those responses is that there's this aspiration to have enough money to spend now and in the future without the fear of running out of money in the long term. That's the common thing. First, like, oh my god, this is funny. For me, financial freedom is eating burrito every morning. I just want to drive for 10 minutes to my burrito shop and then buy the burrito and drive home and have it with my Tim Hortons medium ice cap. I work from home, so most times that drive is very important to me, you know. So financial freedom means different things to different people. And when you say cut your expenses, which means I won't have to buy burrito, oh my God, no. Now I feel very poor, right? Okay, so that aspiration to have money to spend now and in the future without running out, is that aspiration necessary? For me, I would say yes, and I'll tell you why. One of the reasons it's necessary is because everybody, like we all age. When you think of aging, you think of 60 years old, 70 years old, maybe 90 years old. But you were once 20 and now you are 30, you are aging. If you were once 30 and now you are 40, you are aging, right? Like if you were once 2 months old, like my little baby at the back, 2 months old, and you become 6 months old, you are still aging. So I want you to think of aging as a continuous process, not as a final figure that someone has to hit, right? And so what happens with aging, especially becoming of age, is that health, like there are different issues that could come up, right? And you need money for them. Be it health, be it your living arrangement, be it not having grandkids that you have to buy Christmas gift for instead of just your kids. So yeah, because we're all aging, whatever age you are, you see that there is need for additional money as you go up. And also, most times for a lot of people, your ability to make money also dwindle with time. So it's like your financial need is increasing and your ability to make money is dropping, right? So if you have money kept somewhere or you have money that is growing, it's really important for you as you age. And we all age. Then another reason why that aspiration to have a lot of money or to have money without and spend without the fear of running out is important is because of health, right? So a few months ago, I went to the US. I went to Nebraska to be precise, and I went to an investing conference, Berkshire Hathaway shareholder meeting, and I was supposed to be there for a week. On day 2, I fell from staircase and I broke my left ankle. So I flew back to Canada on wheelchair and had to do ankle surgery and had to stay at home for like 6 months without work, right? This is me, maybe, perhaps, in my 30s. But if I didn't have money put away and I run my own company, so it's really difficult to talk about things like employment insurance at that point. What am I going to do? The point is, sometimes you can think of keeping money for the time when you get old, but there are a lot of things that can happen along the way that will make you need money now, right? Then, unforeseen circumstances. You've been fired from work, or maybe your workplace wasn't good for your own health, and you decided to quit. What about talking about this whole AI thing and skills becoming obsolete, right? This is something that can affect different persons at different times. What about as an entrepreneur or a business owner? Maybe there's a business downtime. What happens? So it's important to think of keeping money or having enough money, not just for retirement as we think about it, but now and forever. So, what are the obvious ways for you to achieve this financial freedom? We've already talked about what financial freedom means, right? For a lot of people, is work and save. Put that money away somewhere. That's okay. That's why I'm calling it an obvious way. These are some of the things we all do, right? You work and save. Then, sometimes, some people take it's like an inch higher, right? And they work, save, and then they invest in things with guaranteed fixed income returns. So, what are the examples of guaranteed fixed income return things people invest in? Because everybody was answering. Now nobody's to get gift card. Oh, okay. Who wants to answer? Okay. Stock. Well, stock has returns, but often not guaranteed. Except you want to give me more. Okay. Real estate. How does it have guaranteed? Tell me more.
There's always growth in real estate.
Just, I get, but when you talk about things that have guaranteed returns, bonds, thank you. Please come get your own gift card. Bonds, thank you, thank you very much. Because bonds, they will be like, okay, you're going to get so percent, right? So that's what I mean by guaranteed return, not just return, but guaranteed. So one thing, okay, let's go to the next slide, which is what are the challenges with these obvious ways? I talked about two obvious ways. You work and save, or you work, save, and invest in things with guaranteed returns. Is that most times for something to have guaranteed returns, the returns has to be low because somebody is trying to say, come rain, come sunshine, I'm going to pay you this. So if it's really good, you get 4%. Most times, even when you hear of a high interest savings account, if they push it to 5 or 5.5%, it's like maybe they just make it promotional. After that, you go back to something like 4%, right? So the thing is, if you also check inflation in Canada, in US, in UK, you still see that maybe inflation is 2 point something or 3%, that range. So when you get this return and you pay taxes on them, you are just barely matching inflation. So because of inflation, you see that things that have guaranteed returns, at the end of the day, it's like you're just matching inflation. You're not really growing your money. All right. So the number two reason is that when your goal is regular in retirement, which is like when I get old, I want to keep this money so that when I get old, I will be able to use it. You're just addressing the aging part of needing money. What if an unforeseen circumstance happens? Like someone like me who sleep from staircase, right? Like things like that can happen. People get fired every day. So you can't just be planning for old age. You need to have money now and then also have money for later, right? So what you see is that this part, like the part of work save and invest in guaranteed returns, they often don't lead to financial freedom. Like you'll be working and you'll be saving, but you see that you can't really stay away from work for the next 6 months or the next 1 year if you're going that route. So that pathway doesn't lead to financial freedom. And even for people who do that, most times at the time when they've retired, maybe somebody telling you that today that, okay, I'm retiring with $500,000. In Canadian way of speaking, the question is, how long is that really going to keep you going, right? So the point is, you can retire with money, but that money may not give you the freedom to do what you want to do. Yes, you may be getting something monthly, but then, is that really the life that we're all wishing that we were building at this phase? So now let's talk about the less obvious hack to financial freedom. So that will be work, save, and invest in things with higher returns. So it's still the same thing you are doing, but it's just like there's a little tweak. Work, save, and invest in things with a bit of higher returns. And I'm going to give you, like, if you take a look at the graph that I have there, I did some of this mathematics, even if it's not perfectly correct, but I believe that it brought out the whole idea, which is that if you invest 10,000 for 30 years, right, you get around, at 4%, you get around 32,000. Let's just use whole numbers, 32,000. Meanwhile, if that same 10,000 is invested for 30 years, but instead of 4%, it's growing at 8%, you get about 100,000, right? It's like the same money, the same time. What has changed is the rate or the rate of return, right? So what did you notice? Like looking at those two numbers, do you have anything? Does anything come to your mind? 100,000 is 32,000 roughly times 3. So it's as if you have 3 times the amount of money that you are supposed to have. The same amount, the same time frame. The difference is just the rate of change. So one thing I want you to take away from there is that if you can increase if you can look at things that are safe but have higher returns, you are going to end up with more money at the end of the day, right? And the question I'll ask is, what if you are investing in things that grow at higher than 8%? So that's where we're getting to, all right? One thing I want to, like all these things I've been saying, the summary is this, that investing well is the pathway to financial freedom. Investing well. It's not just investing, because you can even, people invest and lose money. Right? And so at the end of the day, you don't even have anything, talk less of something that is growing. Investing well is the pathway to financial freedom. This is where our company comes in, Investornomy. What we do is that we train people to become intelligent investors. Someone was talking to me earlier, and the person said that, oh, they invested in stock and they lost money, so they had to like back off. And I say, you are right. If you are doing something and it's not going well, you back off. But is it back off forever? You back off, identify the knowledge gap, fill the knowledge gap, and come back to it, right? So there are 7 common investment strategies. Just to say that these are not all the investment strategies out there. These are like the common ones. So you can have human capital investing. What does this mean? Is like when you or maybe you see someone, this is very common in my culture. Maybe that's why I made it number 1. You see someone that will be like, okay, I'm going to train this person. When they grow up, they will help me train my child. It's very common in my culture. So I call it human capital investing. Then you have real estate investing, which is really common in a lot of high income countries. I don't need to explain that one. Do I? No, okay. So in real estate investing, either you buy a property, it could be a land, it could be a house, it could be a commercial, like a store, like a store building, and then you can rent it out, or you can leave it and the value increase with time, or you can do both, right? Rent it out while leaving it so that the value increase in time. Then you have angel investing. This you usually see this with startups coming up and raising money to put in their new company so that it will grow, so that the company can grow and start to run, and those who invested in it get money out of it. You have small business investing, which most times involve buying an existing business that has been running for years and then growing it from there. You have private lending, which could mean you give somebody money for them to use for whatever they want to use it for, while you charge them interest on it. You have fixed income investing. That could be like a GIC. I know I'm calling a buzzword that somebody may not understand, but forgive me for that. So like saying, what's another word for it? Maybe guaranteed deposit. These are things you do with banks, right? Then you have retirement account investing. Why I brought that out is because some people put money in their retirement account and they invest in all kinds of things. So for them, that is what they understand. Even though inside that retirement account, they may be investing in fixed income things or stocks or any other thing. Anyway, these are common ones. And I want to call your attention to, do you have this bag? Okay, if you don't have one, you can always get one from the back, but most people have. So there's a book inside. You may want to grab that. So investment strategy guide, right? So inside this investment strategy guide, you're going to see detailed explanation broken down in a way somebody will easily understand. You see about these common investing strategies, right? So remember that, or you can get a soft copy. You can download a soft copy from our website, which is www.investornomy.com. It's also written, the website is also written in front of the book. All right. So now let's look at superior investment strategy. And the superior investment strategy we are talking about is invest in stocks. Invest in stocks. To be sincere with you, it took me 15 years to be able to call this superior investment strategy, because the first time I bought stocks were in 2008, and I lost some money and I backed off. Took me some time to get to the stage where I had to learn how to do it right. Right? And one thing about stock investing is that you can do it from your couch, like literally from your couch. It does not need like repairs. I have some real estates as well. I've been a landlord. I've been an Airbnb host. So I know the drill. Do you want to wash bed sheet or not? Do you get so or do you want to have to call the plumber? This week I called the plumber. Come check the toilet. So you can do real estate, but in when it comes to stocks, you don't have to worry about repairs. It's also highly scalable. What do I mean by that? If you have 1,000 today, you can invest in stocks. But if you have 100 million today, you can invest in stocks. And you can literally invest in the same stocks that you were investing in when you had $1,000, right? So it's highly scalable. As your net worth grows, you can continue to do the same thing. So, but the most important thing I want you to take away is that it does not become a second job. That is one thing many people don't want. Something that when you start it, then, okay, let me give you an example. You're a senior executive, you are making money, right? Once you start something that becomes a second job, it takes your attention away from the primary job that is bringing money to you. So I don't know about you. For me, I don't want a second job, right? And that is exactly what you should not do as well, because distraction is the easiest way to drop your primary income. It's the easiest way to drop it. So you don't want a second job, all right? What's everyone's biggest fear about investing in stock? Because I know, when you say invest in stocks, it comes with a lot of fear, right? Like some people they've lost money, so it can even be triggering for people. So talk of losing money, then stock investing is risky. True, it is. Like I invest in stocks and I know it's risky. It's risky. But the question is, what else is risky? Driving. How many people drove to this conference? Yeah. So driving is risky. What do we do to reduce the risk of car driving accidents? Time for gift cards. What do we do to reduce the risk of car? Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, you are correct, but there was something I wanted you to hit on. Let's go with you. Yeah, okay. Let me rephrase the question to make it easier. When there is a new person who doesn't know how to drive, and you want the person, will you just hand them your keys to go drive? You do training. Thank you. Please come for your gift cards. That's good. Thank you very much. All right. So driving is risky. Car driving is risky. What do? We train people. Okay. How should we reduce the risk of losing money with stock investments? Who wants to give it a trial? Okay, let me still pick one person. You with white suit, yeah. I saw her mouth move, so let me give it to her. Yeah, come. She said training, just like many other persons as well. Thank you very much for participating. Thank you. So what we should do is train people, right? There's something I want to bring to your notice, which is that why is it that driving training is compulsory, right? But stock investing training is not compulsory. I'll tell you the answer. Why I think that is the case is because the government is in charge of making sure we don't hurt our neighbor, we don't hurt the next person, right? Most times when you see car accidents, you see that somebody have done something that hurt another person. That's how accident happens. Yeah, you can have accident all by yourself, like driving to a wall, but that's less. How do I put it? Having accident with another person is more common than just having accident all by yourself. So the government comes in and say we have to do it safely, because if you make a mistake, it's going to hurt someone else. But in stock investing, for example, if you make a mistake, it's going to hurt you, not someone else. So government leaves you to that. But the fact that it's not made compulsory does not mean that it is not necessary. What you really want to do is have some training before you go do something that one may consider risky. It is not stock investing that is risky. It is the person investing in stock that introduces the risk, which comes from knowledge gap. You've heard of stock investing, you've heard that stock can make a lot of money, and you jump right in. Believe me, you're going to lose money. At least it happened to me, right? So what we do at Investornomy is that we teach you how to invest in stocks, right? And we have a free stock investing mentorship, which which you can register for free at our website, www.investornomy.com/stocks. And I'm ending here by letting you know that what I've shared with you has cost me time, cost me my own money. At a point, I lost half of my net worth to stocks. That was before I started learning it, right? So this is something that came from experience, and now we are training people. But I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your boss. You are your boss. So thank you very much.